Hey, so today is going to be the Vegas haul. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. Now, like I was saying, today is going to be the Vegas haul, but I have some things in this bag that I don't even truly think that I can pronounce properly. So before we even get into it, don't throw me any nasty grams down below about the way I pronounced them or I didn't pronounce them or whatever it is. Just right now, let's come to an understanding that I'm probably going to say this wrong. So while I was in Vegas, I didn't pick up much, and you can tell from yesterday that there just wasn't much for me to pick and choose from, and everything that I wanted to go see was so far off the strip that the neighborhood started to get pretty shady. And it almost seemed like the storyline, anytime you started to get off the strip, the neighborhood started to get a little shady. So I picked up 3 of these guys right here. And I want to say that they're called Unicorno, let me see, where's my name here? Tokidoki, like I said, look, I went ahead and pre-warned you that I was going to slaughter the name because I knew I was going to slaughter this name. So I managed to pick up 3 of these guys. I managed to get Series 8, I managed to get Series 5, and I managed to get Series 1. Now I know that there's a gap there, but this is the only ones that they had. So that's kind of where I was at with that, and I managed to pick up, oh, wait for this one, you're going to like this. I managed to pick up both of these guys. Now, like I was saying in one of the previous, like I said, when I seen these guys, I have never seen them with the limited edition sticker on there, even though I know that apparently that's a fairly common thing in like candy stores and stuff now. I didn't know that was a fairly common thing when it comes to the candy stores, and they had these limited editions, which I want to say that it just means that it's glitter, or maybe it's a different flavor. I'm not 100% sure. If you know why it says limited edition on there, how about throw a comment down below and let us know why it says limited edition on there. I'm only going to get one of these guys open because I can't really see the need in getting both of them open, just simply because, I mean, once you see one of these, you've kind of seen both of them, right? I mean, and that's just how I feel about that. I mean, once you've seen one of these guys open, you've kind of seen both of them. Now, like I was saying, Vegas is a little different when it comes to, oh, come on. So when it comes to like their area, it's a little different. So there's one road that you basically go up and down, and then there's what they call Old Vegas, which is Fremont Street, and I think I got that right. I could have that completely wrong, but I think I have that right. And so Old Vegas is Fremont Street, and anytime you start venturing off this main drag, which is kind of 2 main drags, so it kind of makes this T almost. So when you start venturing off that area, the neighborhoods start to get pretty bad fairly quickly. And when I mean like fairly quickly, I mean like you walk behind the casino and suddenly you're in a pretty bad neighborhood. And I don't know if the whole thing is like that. So look, don't give me any nasty grounds, but everywhere that I kind of started to step off to try and find some of these specialty shops, they tend to get bad fast. And for those reasons, I kind of gave up on venturing off the strip without having some kind of a vehicle. Now, if I would have had some kind of a vehicle or something to that effect, I mean, it would have made life a lot easier. But look, we were only there on vacation. We weren't trying to stay there forever. So I wasn't going to rent a vehicle to be there. I mean, we used the bus. The bus worked out fabulous. I mean, it's so getting a vehicle there was probably not the right answer. I'm going to tell you the right answer to me would have been some kind of electric vehicle, like a moped or a bicycle or something like that. And surprisingly enough, I just didn't find any of these for rent. I truly wanted to find these for rent, but I just did not. So I don't have any of these Sour Patch Kids, even though I think they're really cool, and they're not calling them an ad icon, but they should. I mean, because these are ad icons. So I'm kind of confused on that. I kind of thought they were ad icons, and you know how I feel about the ad icons. I like collecting all the ad icons, well, at least the ones that are really sentimental to me. This guy looks really cool though. I mean, he looks a lot like a Sour Patch Kid, and let's take a closer look at him. You know, on closer look at this guy, he is really cool, and like I said, he looks just like a Sour Patch Kid. But you know, they've already got the stand glued to him, which I think is a bonus, believe it or not. I think if you're going to have them on a stand, that you should have the stand fixed, that way that you don't lose it. Now, I know that that's not a pretty common thing for people to do, and losing the stand is not something that you should do. But if you were going to have them out of the box and you were going to have them on that stand and you had to, let's say, move your stuff around, it would be pretty easy to lose that stand. Now, like I said just a second ago, I'm not going to get both of these guys out of the box, because I feel like once you've seen one of them out of the box, you kind of know what the other one looks like out of the box, right? I mean, they're just simply different colors. These things I am super excited about. Now, I know that I didn't say the name right, and I know that when I open these things up, so these are going to kind of be like a Funko Mystery Mini. On this, they show, let's see, 5, 10, they show 10 of them on here with 2 chase variances, which is kind of funny because they don't call them a chase, they call them a chaser. and here, I'm gonna get you a closer look at that box so that you can see what I'm talking about. And if you have to, go ahead and pause it real quick and take a look at them. Now, like I was saying, they don't call them a chase, they call them a chaser, which I guess is trying to stay away from the whole like Funko line and not infringe, because I'm sure that there's some infringement going on there somewhere. The only downside to these boxes is, though, once I open them, you know that they're open. There's no way to open this box and then reseal it without you knowing that I have cracked into it. And I did a really good job there, but like I said, you would still know that someone had gotten into it, and you can't just simply put it back in the box. So it looks like they come with this little book here. They have some writing on here, but it's a little too cheerful for me, so I'm just not going to sit here and read it. But look, you don't necessarily have to be into something to appreciate the sculpt of something, and that's what drew me to these right here. Is not necessarily that I'm into unicorns, but the sculpt of these guys looks phenomenal, and that's what made me want to check them out. I mean, it made me want to get these guys and open them up and see what they look like. And let's see if I got a chase variance there. So this one has some kind of Japanese writing on it. Diesel. So this one has some kind of Japanese writing on it, but it looks really well done. Let's take a closer look at this guy. The sculpt on this guy looks really well done. I mean, you can see the egg in there, you can see the fish patty there, this is the green onions there. So I mean, basically this is supposed to be a bowl of ramen is what I'm getting out of that. I mean, and that's what it looks like it's supposed to be. Now, we know over in China and Japan, and that's exactly what it is, because you can see the bowl right there, that they take their ramen a lot more serious than we do, right? We take ours out of a package, we microwave it, and that's what we do. No, they have whole ramen restaurants that focus on nothing but doing upscale ramen, and most of the time they have this fish patty and an egg in them, and you know, it's just about everything gets garnished with some kind of a green onion. So that's what I mean when I'm saying that you don't necessarily have to be into something to appreciate the sculpt of something. Okay, so just because I don't know what cartoon this comes from, or what company this comes from, or what genre of pop culture, doesn't mean that I can't appreciate the work and the skill and the effort that went into making this guy. Right, so we're going to put him right here, and then we're going to move on to Series 5 is what I think I have next. So, yes, so Series 5 is next, and look, when I picked these things up, I was super excited to get them out of the box, to check them out, and I wanted to do it while we were in Vegas, but then I thought, no, I'm gonna wait and do it with you, because I just really enjoy, you know, opening this stuff with y'all. So I just thought that it would be more fun that way. Now, like I said on the other one, there's really no way of preserving this box. I mean, you just simply have to tear this box open, which is a shame. I wish that they would have put some kind of a latch on there so that I could maybe put it back in there and close it up, but not, maybe not. I understand it's a mystery mini, right? So in your mystery minis, you don't put your mystery minis back in there. Now, in this box, they didn't really give me any kind of like how many there is in there, or if there's a chase variance, or any of that going on. They just have this fancy box design, which is very pop culture. I mean, it's extremely pop culture, but we also know that a lot of your pop culture comes from an Asian influence, right? So it only makes sense to me to see so much pop culture on these boxes. Get this guy open. All right. Oh, so you know, I'm really happy with the fact that I picked these up. So this one is going to be the Statue of Liberty. Let's take a closer look at it. So I am not normally a fan of falling down another rabbit hole, but I think I might have just fell down another rabbit hole with these guys. They remind me, like I said, a lot of a Funko Mystery Mini. They're about the same price, but this thing is really awesome. So this is the Statue of Liberty and the unicorn. You can see that they have the whole like red, white, and blue going on, even though that's almost a silver. That's not a white, or it's a pearl white that almost looks silverish. This is just really, really, really well done. And y'all know how I feel about falling down other rabbit holes, but I think I might have fell down another rabbit hole when it comes to these guys, just because it is so well done. These things are super awesome. I'll put them up beside my mini somewhere, and I'm gonna be totally honest, if I put these things up beside my mini and you came over to see my studio or my collection, you would not know that those guys are not Funkos. Guaranteed you would not know. So we're gonna get the last one open. This is gonna be Series 8. This one does show you how many is in it. So there's 12, no, there's 8, 9, there's 10 to this and 2 chasers. So here, let's take a closer look at that box again. And it's funny that they're calling them chasers, right? They're not calling them a chase, they're calling them a chaser. This is a really cool line, and I'm super excited to see what's in this one now. I mean, because there's just no telling. I'm not going to read the back of these. Like I said, they're very cutesy and pop culture-ish, and I mean, like it says, the wonder into a magic waterfall. Passing through the waterfall, the ponies transform into unicorns and find a hidden magic kingdom. Yep, that's not me. But that doesn't have to be me to appreciate the sculpt and the artwork and just the thought process that went into making these guys, right? I mean, I don't have to be that guy that talks about how the unicorns went into the rainfall, a waterfall, and they were transformed, whatever. It's just, look, that's how I'm going to stand on that one, whatever. So this is going to be the last one out of the group, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't pick up more of these guys. They were not super expensive. I want to say that they were like $6-7, about the same price as a Funko Mystery Mini. I mean, so they were right at the same price. I think they're equally as cool as a Mystery Mini. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't collect these things in the future. To be totally honest, I will probably start looking for these guys now when I go to my local like collectible shops to see if I can pick any more of these guys up. So let's see. This one's going to be after a bowl. So this would be after like a Asian influence bowl. Let's see if he is a chase. He is not a chase, so this would be a common as well. They're calling him porcellina, but just as I was saying a second ago, this would be the same artwork. Let's just take a closer look at it. This would be the same artwork you would see on a bowl, and especially a lot of your Asian influence bowls is where you would see this. I mean, you can kind of see the designs in there. I hope the camera's picking that up pretty well. These are really well done. The paint job on this thing is pretty phenomenal. I don't see any real paint spillover. It looks like they're quality control. I mean, maybe just a little in here, but this is what I'm going to say. When you start blending glossy colors like this, sometimes it's hard not to get, and I don't know if the camera can pick pick that up. It's probably not going to pick that up, but it's a little tape bleed. So you can tell that they used some kind of a tape and that it bled over a little bit right there. But it looks really, really well done. I mean, I don't know if this stuff right here is hand painted, but I'm going to be honest. I can't honestly think how someone would hand paint that. That would have almost had to have been some kind of a decal, because that is so small that I just can't imagine somebody could sit down and paint that with a brush. So guys, that's my Vegas haul. And I'm not really disappointed that I didn't pick up more than that, because like I said, had I have picked up more than this, I would have had to have shipped it back, and it would have cost me retarded amounts of money to ship it from the hotel to my house, and it would have took weeks to get here, and then I would have had to ask myself, was it worth it? Then it might have got destroyed in shipping. I mean, there's so many variables to if I would have really picked up Funkos there that could have gone wrong. I mean, it would have had to have been a really special Funko, and then I would have had to have really packed it well to get it here, and I just didn't find that. And like I said, I wasn't traveling too far off the beaten path after I'd done it a couple of times, and just wasn't happy with the outcome that I was getting. So it was okay. It was a lot of fun. Me and my wife had tons of fun. Me and my daughter did all kinds of crazy things. Like, we went on top of the Strat and we did this like devil at the fall thing, they called it, which was absolutely insane, but it was a lot of fun, and I truly appreciate y'all watching both of these. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you. Until next time, have a good one.